the next thing I have to do when I start finding out how to make my layer pants is to figure out my size. So before looking into the pattern, I have to determine which size I would want to do. In the magazine you can find these images of different people wearing the layered pants, and there are also the height of that person, how tall they are, and what size they are wearing. So here Angelica is wearing the size 2, and Dalis is wearing the size 4. And they are both roughly 160 centimeters tall, so I can also see like how long, where do they hit in their legs, like how they are kind of fitting them. So this is something that might help when determining the size. So it's good to look at the different photos here. And then going into the sewing instructions, the first thing that I have here is the final garment measurement charge. So this will tell me the size of the actual made garment. So it's not the natural waist, natural body measurements, but it's actually the ready garment. The layered pants, they are quite loose. So there's nothing else that is kind of determining the size except for the waistline where they are actually sitting. And also the other thing is that there's the opening of the leg, which you can very, very easily adjust also after you're, like when you're doing your pants, so don't be stressed about that, just making sure that it is kind of loose and nicely moving around your leg, that it doesn't get stuck on your calf or something. So that's kind of one thing to consider when thinking of the size. But I will determine my size now according to the waist. If you want, you can have a look in the beginning of the sewing instructions are also the natural body measurements that you can compare your own measurements to. Have a look at the TAUKO sew along. There I will show you more in detail how to measure yourself, how to take the measurements of your waist and hip and bust and hip. These are the most important ones. But now going back to the layout. So here are the waist measurements. I remember by heart already by now that my waist is 69 centimeters. So I write here waist, which is 69 centimeters. And here it says to add a positive ease to 3 to 6 centimeters. So 69 plus 3/6 centimeters equals to 72 to 75 centimeters, right? So what I would need to do now is to find the size that the final garment measurement would be between 72 and 75 centimeters. I look here and it hits me to number 2. If I choose this size, the trousers will be sitting quite high up on the waist. So what I will do now is that I will double check. I have a pair of my old favorite jeans here that are sitting quite low on the waist, where I like to wear pants in general, and especially layered that are kind of loose fitting. I would rather have them a bit oversized. So there's always this difference of what you feel comfortable with and what is the designer thinking when determining the size. And none of them is better or worse, they are just different. But I now, for this occasion, would like to have my layer pants a little bit looser, more on the oversized spectrum than very fitted and up on the waist. So these pants are the ones that are sitting on the place where I would like to have my layer pants. So I simply just measure what is the width of these trousers here, which is now, I would say 39 roughly. I stretch it a little bit, 39 centimeters. And this here is the circumference, so overall. So if I double it, that will give me 78. So if I have the 75 here, it's a little bit tight. So what I can do then is that I either add to the pattern of number 2 a little bit to give it a little bit more space so that I can have the waistline looser, or I can choose the number 3, which makes the pants overall a little bit bigger, and then make the waistline a little bit smaller. And this is a really good kind of rule of thumb, to always find a garment that you really like to wear and take measurements from that one and compare it to the one that you're about to make. So on this occasion, even though I would normally choose the number 2, I will go for the number 3. So I highly recommend when you start your Leija project to also look a little bit more closer to which size you want to have. It's not complicated at all, but just making sure that you do the size that will then fit you and that you will wear for a very, very long time.